Hello. This is a continuation of the tier list video that I did last week. If you haven't watched that one, you might want to, because this is a part two. So you probably won't understand what's happening here, because I've already got a tier list that's shown on screen. And yeah, let's waste no time. Let's get straight into it. Hope you enjoy it. Are you Funtime Chica? I don't know, but looks pretty unnerving. Has very strange moments in UCN. I know that much for sure. If I had to rank you, I would put you at the bottom of Stinky because we don't really get to see her in any of the games except from Pizzeria Simulator as kind of an asset that you can buy and not actually an animatronic that attacks you. And in UCN, Music Man is pretty cool. I like Music Man. Music Man looks like a different concept where you can kind of play music with him. I think he's a good idea in Pizzeria Simulator. That's where we see him is kind of not his best because I'd say he hits his best in Security Breach when he turns massive and turns into a DJ. But I like the concept of Music Man, and for that, I'll actually put him at the bottom of good. These guys suck. The Rockstar animatronics, except from you, Lefty. You're cool, but these guys suck. I'll put them all at the same because they're just pretty forgettable, really, and all their jump scares aren't good. For Lefty, the design actually kind of works. I don't get how, but it does. It looks so much more refined than the other ones, as if they actually put effort into making it. Or maybe it's just the color combination that I prefer. Lefty has importance in the story, and I like how it's kind of a trap for the puppet to get into it. The fact that it's a robotic shell for the puppet is pretty cool. Probably my favorite character in Pizzeria Sim. You get to go here in the goats. That's deserved. And then these guys suck even more than the Rockstar ones did. Because at least they resembled the ones that we found scary in the first place. These are just not trying to be that. They're trying to be actual animatronics that you'd see in a pizzeria in real life, which just isn't very scary, really, is it? Doesn't make for any good dialogue once you die in UCN, except arguably Mr. Hippo, who's just obnoxious in every way. And I would put these guys at the bottom. I think they really stopped trying, and it's only fair if I put these below the ones that actually had effort go into them. You guys, I still don't know what you are. I know that they're just the glowy versions of the ones we see in VR. I don't understand why you had to add them. I think the normal ones are fine, but they exist and I don't know what they are, so I'll put them in this category. Glamrock Freddy, I do like the design of Glamrock Freddy. I like how it's actually an animatronic that helps you. I think it could have been executed better, yes, but I like the idea of it, the how different it is compared to the other ones. But Glamrock Freddy, I'll put it at the top of good. I really do like Glamrock Freddy. We have Glamrock Chica next, and Glamrock Chica just isn't great, really. Just kind of gets smashed in the trash compactor and doesn't look near as scary as she did at the start of the game. Nor is she as refined as Glamrock Freddy. It seems like they put all the pixels into him and they left barely any for the other characters. So I'm gonna put it at the top of Stinky. Monty is cool. They took a new direction with Monty. They made a new character, and they did a good job. It looks different, kind of like a Foxy regen, but still different. And we like different with good execution. We don't like different with bad execution, like these five here. So I'd actually put this in good, above Music Man, but not above normal Chica. Roxy is kind of a good guy in DLC, a bad guy in the normal game. I don't understand why they couldn't have shown kind of Cassie's and Roxy's relationship and how they were actually friends before. It would have been a lot better, carried a lot more of an emotional impact when Roxy did come in and save Cassie at the end. Still not the best. Not as good as Monty, I'd say. Probably a mid one above the mini Rena. You, I don't know you. I don't know what you're supposed to be. Is that Glamrock Bonnie? I don't know. Nor do I know what you are. You are something special. Moondrop is very strange. I kind of. I don't really like Moondrop. I hate how it's so broken when it chases you around the daycare. They could have tried to make it have an intelligent AI, but they just failed. There are so many games with better AI that aren't as big as FNAF at all, but they just had to screw it up, didn't they? You go below you, right here. But Sundrop is actually cool. I like Sundrop. I like how unnervingly positive he is. Like, you know something's about to happen, in a way. The character design's pretty much the same, just that Sunny is creepier than Moondrop in a way. It dives into the ball pit at the beginning. It's pretty creepy. I'd actually go as far as to say it is in mid. I've never been a big fan of the endoskeletons, but this one actually does look pretty scary. It resembles kind of a human face rather than having the big bear ears coming out the side. Like iRobot. That's what it reminds me of. I actually go as far as to say the normal endoskeletons in good. I'll put you here. But this one, it looks worse in every way. The eyes look half shut. The teeth look wonky. Doesn't look like a human at all. And the ears are too chunky and massive. I actually go as far to say it's in big dislike, which is amazing because they're really similar, but I really hate one and I really like the other one. There you go, right there. You, I don't even know what you are, so I'm gonna put you at the bottom. Yendo, I never liked Yendo. Yendo had the worst jump scare in Sister Location Custom Night, I believe. I don't know if there were any below Yendo. Yendo. Where did they go wrong making you? But I can see why it's scarier than the one from FNAF 2. Ears are still pretty circular, I don't like that. But it kind of resembles a human. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of Stinky. You are one of the scariest parts of Security Breach. You are pretty scary. Because it doesn't look goofy and it kind of moves when you're not looking at it. Kind of like the ghosts in Mario. Or the boos. Is that what you call them? I'd put it at the bottom of mid. Eyes are a bit too big for my liking. Enid. I like Enid as a character. I think Enid should be a goat, but because of the really poor jump scare execution, it gets bumped down to here. It's a really good character design, really good lore to it about how it kind of takes a body, kind of like a parasite, and it's a jumbled up version of all the fun times. But the jump scares are just so bad. I'd put it here in perfection. Molten Freddy, I will admit, Molten Freddy is not one of my favorites from Pizzeria Simulator. It kind of feels like a filler character. Scraptrap, Lefty, and Baby are the main ones, and Molten Freddy's just feels severely underwritten compared to those. And it doesn't look like it could pose a threat to you at all. It looks so badly damaged. That's such an annoying voice. I'd have to put you below Withered Freddy. The Blob is an interesting character from Security Breach. I believe it's a blob of all the animatronics. The robot heads are kind of sticking out of it. I don't know if I like the concept of it. It does seem a bit on the nose when Springtrap or Burn Trap in this case gets abducted by all of the souls that he took, and they're the ones who end him. and it doesn't look the best in terms of quality. It looks so like so much of an afterthought. They just had to think of a way to get rid of Burn Trap, which they could have just done by him collapsing because he didn't look in the best of condition at all. I would put it in mid. Mid is definitely fair for this. Normal Springtrap is a GOAT, the best in the game. The reason why is because it's the best design in all of FNAF. It's the main character, really, the bad guy. Been rotting in this room for years, comes back, gets up and starts haunting you, and you can see the flesh under, which wouldn't be realistic, really, because it would have decayed by now. But you can still see it, and it's still pretty scary about how you can kind of see what's underneath sometimes. Sometimes you can't. It feels like in FNAF 3, you're trapped in a building with an actual killer, the way it's set out. And that's really good. I think that they really executed it the best they could have done. Whereas Scraptrap, you suck. He looks like a peanut compared to what he did before. Why couldn't they have just stuck with the original design? The original design was so great, the best design in all of FNAF. Why did they have to ruin it? I don't know. But they did, and they did it well. They ruined it as well as they could. So much that I'm bumping it down to Stinky, which is something that I never thought I'd do. With the same character, just a different version of it. Right here in Stinky. Burn Track gets even worse. It's just bone at this point. Barely limping towards you, barely even alive. You can't. You just can't say it's as good as it used to be. It really, really committed character suicide. I'm putting it in big dislike, and I'm putting it here in big dislike. Cupcake. Cupcake's cool, I guess. I don't know why they got the yellow one out of all of them. I always see the pink one, but yellow one's cool, I guess. I do like the teeth sticking out of it. I think it looks pretty cute. I can't rank a cupcake. I can't. It just doesn't stack up. It, it doesn't stack up to these killer robots. The FNAF 1 cupcake is pretty iconic, so I guess I do like the design of the cupcake. I can't. Oh man. I can't rank the cupcake. Okay, I've put the cupcake in mid, and that's with reason. Because the cupcake actually has a pretty cool design in the first one, but it is pretty forgettable, which is why it's in mid. I would put it lower, but I think that's just unfair to the cupcake. Anyway, moving on. I'm wasting too much time on the damn cupcake. We have the security robots. I'm gonna rank them all at the same one, or kind of around the same because they are the same. And I think they're actually the best part of the normal security breach game. We don't have the ruin ones on here, unfortunately. We don't have any of the ruin characters. I actually put them in good. This one being the middle, this one being the worst, and this one being the best. Golden Freddy is about the same as Fredbear, let's be honest. Scrap Baby is a really torn apart version of Baby. I don't think it stacks up to the original, but I still think it's good enough to be scary. One of the main characters in Pizzeria Simulator. In fact, the main character probably got most lines in there. The main animatronic. I don't know. I think it's definitely good, but not near the scariness that the first design of Baby had. I'll put you here in good. Helpy is just an afterthought, really. Pretty forgettable, like the cupcake, but also helpful in a way. I'm sure there is some secret behind Helpy. You're pretty cool, I guess. I do like Helpy enough. to put it over the cupcake. What does this list come to, man? You are on level with these ones. You are below Balloon Boy and below the Electro Bab. You are cool. I like you. Big DJ chases you around the Pizzaplex. Potentially one of the scariest parts of Security Breach, which is not supposed to be a scary game, I believe. But some people find this part actually pretty pretty scary to play. I do like the idea of a massive animatronic like the DJ. And yeah, it's well done and it deserves to be right here. But you, I don't like you. It's kind of a crab version of the DJ that runs around the vents and claps you with instruments, which I believe you could just kick and you'd be able to deal with it. But apparently not. I'll put you here. I really don't like it. We have Candy Cadet, one of the finest characters in the game. When everyone says FNAF, I think Candy Cadet. It's the first Five Nights at Cadets. That's what it should be called. It should be called FNAC from now on. But Candy Cadet is cool in the way that he appears. Doesn't have any eyes whatsoever, just a full on robot. And it's cool how only sometimes he'll tell the story, which is why I'll put Candy Cadet right here. Crash and the gang, though they are pretty funny, they're bottom. This floor sign isn't even an animatronic, so that goes even below. You, kind of a pixelated version of Baby. Kind of scary, I guess, when it takes in the girl. But except from that, it's not at all. And I forgot it existed, to be honest. So I'm gonna have to put in big dislike right over here. Frozen Freddy. I think this might be an AR character. I don't know why there's just one AR character, but here we go. Frozen Freddy is cool and all, but he shouldn't exist. Okay, I've got a theory as to why he exists actually. I think one day Freddy was going out to get some pizza and he was going into the freezer because most of pizza's frozen at these restaurants, as you know. And he walks in to get the pizza and the door closes behind him and he realizes that the security guard has shut the door on him with the big red button. And he just freezes in there, which is really sad. And that's why he's so angry at you, because he thinks you're that security guard that closed the door on him. Everything aside, he goes here because I think he's just a pointless animatronic. Old Man Consequences is a really strange character in FNAF World. I do like him as a character. I do like the lines that he has. And yeah, I'd put it pretty high up actually. Probably up here. Glitch Trap is the best version of Afton we saw after FNAF 3. It is pretty unsettling, the design of him. I don't like him one bit in the best way possible. I think it's perfect, honestly. I think if it stayed like this in Security Breach, I wouldn't mind. I'd actually put it at the top of perfection, close to being one of the goats. You are just not good, are you? You are bad. And you go here. The paper pals, I think that's what they're called. They're not they're not really animatronics, they're just decor in the pizzeria. I'd have to put them on par with the sign. Though they are just a bit scarier, so maybe here. Golden Freddy from FNAF 2, I think, is actually a really scary character in the way he's designed and kind of slumping on the floor. It kind of looks like lifeless, an empty suit. The color of him is really strange and withered like the other withered ones, but even more so with the wires coming out of his eyes. And I actually prefer this guy to a normal Fredbear, but his jump scare sucks. And when I say sucks, I mean it absolutely sucks. So that bumps him down to around here. And then we have the main character, Phone Guy. I've saved the best till last because Phone Guy is an absolute G. He helps you through the nights, and he's got to be the top. He is my favorite character in FNAF. He is just the best. The number one is Phone Guy. And that brings this list to a close. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed my liking of Phone Guy and my extreme disliking of the floor sign. And I will hope to see you in another video next week. Goodbye.